wins the show. I think we all thought that was going to happen. So
Shocking.
no shocker there. My thing with Goodvito is his posing. So let's get your expertise on this from both of you guys. His posing. What do you think he needs to do? Because I don't like his posing. His feet are very wide, far. He's got huge legs, so I guess he's kind of do that because he's got massive quads. But it just looks off. The posing. It just doesn't look comfortable for him for the most part. His legs, like he needs to stick that one leg, that right leg out further back, in my opinion. He's crunching his back down and he's not extending his arms out wider, right? So I'm seeing errors there. I think he thinks his back looks better when he crunches it down and the muscles pop more, maybe. But you got to extend and flare the lats more and take up more space on that stage if you want to be next to these guys with big backs like Derek. Walker has a good size back too. So, I mean, he's got to refine those poses. And I just think he's got the conditioning down. He knows how to peak for these shows. But again, he's standing with his legs literally side by side, his feet side by side in those poses. And you got to stick one leg back to help accentuate your physique. And he's just not doing it. Side tricep, again, I'm not a fan of the side tricep, how he's hitting that. He's a little hunched in with that pose. Ab and thigh looks great. There's nothing wrong there. And then the most muscular, it looks like he's not flexing his chest. He's flexing his delts and his traps.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he's forgetting to trigger the chest.
He's way too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't even see the chest because it's like, so that's my kind of assessment on his posing. Phil, what's your kind of assessment on the posing? You're a guy who actually competes on a pro stage, so who better to talk than you?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said was spot on with the posing. I think he's trying to hide it a little bit. I think he looks slightly flat in the chest if you look at him. I can go back to, once again, the pictures prior to the show. I didn't see that physique. Yeah. Conditioning was good, but I didn't see that size and that wide clavicle. He just looked insane prior to the show. I don't know if he took a diuretic or where the case may be, but he's a little flat in the chest. Condition was on point, but he just wasn't full and popping like we saw, about 5 days out from the show.
Okay.
His posing, he may need to get a posing coach, somebody good like Chris Cormier or, anybody out there that can help him pose. Where does he live? Does he live in Vegas?
Brazil.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that somebody can help him. Chris could definitely help him with his posing. I think there's a lot of beneficial to, if he can just, like you said, he's pinching that back when he does the back pose. The leg going back, I mean, probably he just feels his legs are so big you don't have to do it. I don't know, but a little tweak on the poses. I don't think that it's detrimental, but some tweaks on the poses. If he expects, going to the Olympia and competing with the best of the best in the world. But I just didn't see that same pop at all this week that I saw 4 or 5 days out from the show that we saw last week. So,
yeah. Ron, what's your assessment of his posing? How he looked up here? Did he peak properly? What do you think?
Well, peaking wise, I'm almost. I bet you good money he wasn't trying to be 100% for this. Pittsburgh Pro is going to be a much tougher show. He knew, Aceto knew he could come into this at 90% and still walk away with the win, no problem. And this is 90%. He can be a lot sharper than this. As good as he looks, he'll have to be much sharper than this. I know it sounds ridiculous, but he's going to be a lot sharper than this. The posing, it's awkward. He needs help. The same thing with like Ramon. I don't know if there's anyone down there that really knows Brazil's going to kill me now. I don't know if there's anyone down there that's really that skilled at posing instruction. I mean, we got guys up here, like everyone uses Kenny Wallach out of Connecticut. They do Zoom with him, and Cormier is good. There are plenty of what's her name? The real Lois Lane, Rachel Daniels out of Tampa. There's a lot of good resources for that, but if you're not aware that there's a problem, you're not going to look for any help. So if he has a whole bunch people around him, an entourage that tells him everything's fine, he's not going to change a thing. So, I don't know if he's going to hear any feedback about his posing, but it needs work.
See the gap?
It's amateurish.
The gap. Yeah.
I mean, you said because his legs are so big. Well, Rami's legs were bigger than that, and he didn't do that.
No, he didn't. He sticks one leg back. and you don't see this big gap because of that. So that's why he's not engaging the full hamstring there. And he's missing out on filling the gap, filling up space. You don't want gaps in there. So I don't know. I mean, he's got such a good physique. He's young kid. He's got so much potential. I think he's 28 or 27 or something crazy, not like super young, and killing it already. Going to the Olympia, first show of the year, wins it easy. I mean, the competition wasn't super deep, but good show he picked. It's in Brazil. That's where he lives. So why not do it? Get that Honor Classic title under your belt, and then go to Pittsburgh. And he's up against some competition going into Pittsburgh, obviously. Let's take a look at Derek. Derek just posted his video 14 hours ago, so I'll share this here. We'll go there. Derek looks big. Like the chest looks thick. I don't know what he's doing, what Aceto's telling him to take, but I haven't seen him this full in a I don't know ever. I don't look at right there. Look at the thickness of the chest. I know he's training chest here, but does he not look denser to you guys? Does he not look like he's changing, like he's coming into his own, to his physique? He's getting more mature. The muscle is more vascular. What do you guys think? Derek, 6 weeks out here. Derek going to Pittsburgh.
You go first, Phil.
I mean, he looks good.
Yeah.
Yes, his chest looks much thicker. His shoulders. I mean, his back always looks huge, no matter which direction you want to put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does look overall. I mean, he's probably not depleted anymore. He's probably eating some carbs, keeping them full. You know what I mean? And normally when you come off a show, they do a little small refeed, and then they want to keep the muscles full with some, clean carbs, keep that glycogen going. So that's why I think he's a little bit more fuller, and he's confident too. You got to look at it, man. This guy is so confident, and when you feel that way, your body's going to respond in that direction, depending on how you feel. And he feels really good. He's very confident, and he believes he's going to go in there, which I'm pretty sure he will, and win the show. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, Ron, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's had a good little rebound from the Arnold. Typically, he would have just done the Olympia and then shut everything down, gone into a health phase, and eat what he wants for a while. But it looks like he's been obviously staying on the diet, but I'm sure he's eating a lot more food now. So, like Phil said, we've seen him depleted as he's coming into a show. We've seen him at the show. We typically didn't see much of him after shows. So this is kind of a unique situation. I can't recall him ever doing shows spaced out like this before. But yeah, he looks damn good, man.
He looks good. He looks comfortable. He looks like Phil was alluding to. He looks confident. He looks, he doesn't look like he's burnt out here. You think after doing the Arnold, the Olympia, two big major shows, battling the best in the world, he'd be burnt out. But he looks rested. He looks good. So I'm quite confident that I'm keeping Derek as the front runner going into Pittsburgh Pro. At this point, I can't see Martin beating him. I can't see Nick beating him. Krizo, Goodvito, this is the Olympia champ. He's Arnold champ, and he's showing it right here. He's showing why he is who he is right now, why he's got those titles under his belt. So really happy to see Derek's progress. Let's take a look at Krizo. He posted a video a couple days ago, chest workout. His most recent one here. Let me share this. There we go. And he did some posing at the end of this. I didn't even know that until I kind of turned this video on and I saw him posing at the end. I think I'm cutting out a little bit. Let me close this other one. He's going to do some posing here. Now, so it does look like he's practicing his posing.
Somebody's helping him.
I think I know who that guy is. He looks familiar, that guy. I think he's a former.
Oh, it's
okay.
This is this is Slovakia. I don't know who else is Slovakian. Yeah. Maybe he's from Czech Republic, this guy.
Let me go in here a little bit. Let's wait here. There we go. It is lagging. There we go. Yeah, I know who this guy is. I just can't Figure out his
Yeah,
name.
it wasn't that long ago he was competing. I
Yeah.
know exactly. I can't remember the name, but I believe he's from Czech Republic. Oh, yeah,
Okay,
he
I
did
wanted to
Tampa.
pause it there.
Well, I mean, you probably competed
Yeah,
against
he's
him.
a two.
I remember him in Tampa at least once or twice. That guy.
I think he's a 212 guy.
Uh,
Or maybe he's an open guy. I don't know, but I think he's yeah.
is he the one that did the ab roll or the glute roll thing? What the hell was his name?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
I
know
think
who you're
he's still-
talking about. I
Oh,
don't
it's
think
not
that's
him.
him.
No.
Damn,
I haven't seen that guy in a while. He worked with Milo.
Oh, he said it's Lucas.
Yes. Was it Lucas?
I did the glute
It's
roll.
Lucas.
Yeah,
It's Lucas.
What's Lucas's
Guy in
last
the
name?
comment.
Lucas.
It says Lucas. Lucas is helping him.
Yeah, it's the same guy. That's definitely the same guy.
That's the last name.
look, condition wise,
but
he
yeah.
looks good. I don't think before when I was seeing him previously, I was having a conversation with a pro last night, and he sees Krizo probably fourth or fifth. You just don't see that.
Yeah.
He's too blocky. Like you see that right there with the ab shot. His waist is really, really blocky. And I just don't even think that could even beat a Nick Walker, honestly, in my opinion.
I don't think he's beating Nick. No.
That's what I'm saying. So
No.
we're going over it last night. I think he's probably going to take. I don't even know if he's going to be able to beat.
Goodvito?
I don't think he's going to be able to beat Goodvito either.
No.
The
waist.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like that though. About a year ago, even when I competed with him in Olympia. But the thing is, like, the more size you put on, you're going to sacrifice something because his waist wasn't the smallest back then. But once you put on extra size, man, that's where he got to be careful with his structure now. He has a good physique, but once that gets blocky like that, it's not going to look attractive. Even standing in front relaxed or even a front double bicep, it's not going to look that great.
Phil, they're saying, Phil, you look huge. What's your weight
Thank
right
you.
now, Phil?
4 weeks into
wants to hear
that. 4 weeks into the prep, things are starting to pick up now. So I'm starting to feel good. So thank you.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So the waistline, I think, is an issue. Now you can see here. It's gonna probably lag a little bit.
Yeah, right there.
Like, look at the glute size. Like, it's something. His body doesn't match up or something there. It's.
Yeah, he has small glutes. A lot of people have been saying that for years when he turned to the back.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man, because he's got such a crazy physique, so much muscle mass, but
how did you build legs like that without getting a big ass?
I know.
I don't know, man. What? I guess he's not working that
has to be a lot of heavy squats to build legs like that.
Yeah.
So quad dominant,
yeah.
I guess. It's Lucas Osladil. I got the name.
Yes. Thank you.
It's Lucas with a K. That's what was messing me up. Lukas.
Okay. Yes. All right. So, and then he posted some stuff here. Yeah, he looks great. I mean, he's big. Will he beat Nick Walker? No. Nick Walker's a better poser and this overall better physique. Goodvito? I don't think so. Martin? No. So then that means he's in the 4th, 5th place position, depending on who. I think if Bonak's doing it, Bonak could beat Krizo.
Yeah, Bonak could beat him as well.
So
yeah.
So he could be 5th. Was that it? Yeah. 5th place in this, depending on who's already gonna show up here, I think.
He could beat Vito. Vito and him, either him or Vito could beat
potentially.
Each other.
Yeah. He's impressive. We just don't know yet. We don't know how he gets on that stage, how he peaks properly. If he doesn't look flat, he's coming flat sometimes to these shows. So
he bounced back very well from that shoulder surgery, though. Yeah, it was torn. There's a cuff repair or a labrum repair or something he had done. Yeah, it looks great.
Just fully complete recovery. It doesn't look like he ever had an injury or any time off, for that matter. So, well done, Krizo. We're all excited for you to come back. Let's take a look at Walker. He's been posting. He's been very social, posting a lot of updates. So this was the most recent. And then in the thumbnail, I put is Nick Walker's waist a liability? I think it is. I think it is still.
Well,
What's your take on it?
He's done pretty well with that big waist
Well,
so far. So right.
I mean, we're going to see now. We're going to see how he stacks up next to Derek Lunsford. It's been a few years. So in 2022 was his last Olympia.
Yeah.
And Derek was Derek?
It was second.
Did Derek cross him?
Yeah, I don't think he's beaten Derek yet.
No, he's never beat Derek. He's only competed against Derek at that one show. 22 Olympia.
At the 22 Olympia. I just wanted to see if they've been compared before, really, like truly compared.
So 22, Derek was second and he was third, so they must have been side by side in the comparisons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I guess that's he was third next to Derek, so they did compare him before. But we're really going to see the waist comparison beside Derek and Walker. You're going to have, they're all short guys. Everyone's short on the stage aside from Krizo. So Krizo's going to be the odd man out. I just think Nick squeaked by Martin in New York. I think it was a 1-point show. So with Martin making the improvements he's made, the size, while still keeping his waist tight, I know Nick's going to be impressive. I know he's going to be impressive. But where do you guys have him battling for second or maybe third or fourth?
It's hard for me to say, man, right now. If I was to make a decision right now, I wouldn't say it would be second. Just comparing the looks from, I'm keeping Derek out of it. But looking at the comparisons of some of the other athletes, condition-wise, at this point, it looks like they're all a little bit ahead of Nick Walker, right? Mm-hmm. So what are we, 5 weeks out?
6.
Yep.
6, right?
6 or 5.
It's a little less
around there, yeah.
Yeah, you're
right. 5 now.
Yeah,
right. And the next, I hope I see like some changes in the next 2 weeks. If the next 2 weeks he doesn't look ready or close to ready, that's going to be a big problem. He's huge. He put on a lot of size. He's very freaky. He's very dense. Look at that. And all that's great. But when you step on that stage, yes, he's been winning a lot of shows with a thicker size waist. He already knows he don't have the most pleasing physique, and he's been winning with it. That's far. But we haven't seen him in the big dance for 2 years. Now he's going up against other people that did very well in the Olympia. Martin, Derek, So this is just going to be the test for him. But I'm just hoping, I'm just not seeing that Nick Walker conditioning. He normally is a little bit much more conditioned than this time out. So we'll see. But yes, I think the waist did get a little thicker. I don't think, before it was thick, but this looks a little thicker from the front. The back, not so much. He looks pretty good from the back for the backlash spread.
Yeah, the back. Yeah.
And like you see his glutes. Normally you see lines in those glutes, man,
That's the thing too. He's not, like Phil's saying, he's not as lean as he usually is at this point from the show. But Nick usually comes in shape, So I'm assuming he's good. He's got a new coach, so we're gonna see. But I'm assuming he's gonna be in shape for the show. He knows his body well enough to know that what he needs to do. Ron, what is your take on Nick? Is he behind? Is he right on track?
It's a little less than 5 weeks. It's 4 weeks and 5 days or something at this point. I'd be a little concerned if that was the condition. I'm his coach, but maybe they have a master plan. They're trying to keep him full as long as possible. So compare this to, I'm trying to remember how he looked at this point from New York Pro last year, because condition was pretty damn good at New York Pro last year. I've never seen him out of shape. Sometimes he's bigger and sometimes he's a little more streamlined. Like 22 Olympia, I think that was the best package he's ever brought. 23 Arnold, when he lost to Samson, he came in a little more streamlined. The waist was a little bit tighter there. So I don't know. I think the game plan is big, freaky, ripped, and I don't think they're trying to necessarily bring his waist in. If it does, great. But he's got to play to his strengths, and he's a freak. So, but yeah, I'm to me that's behind for a guy who, if you're going up against Derek Lunsford, and the rest of those guys, and Martin, who was almost beat you last year. But let's see. Maybe let's see how he looks. Maybe in a couple weeks he'll suddenly transform and we'll be like, never mind, he's fine.
I mean, to me here, am I frozen? Okay, to me here, he is lean in the abdominal wall. I can see the skin is pretty thin, lower ab vascularity. Yeah. So he's there, right? It's just a matter of how he's going to stack. I think Nick could end up being second in the show. I think he has the potential to beat Martin Fitzwater. Sure. He's beat him before. If Nick's made improvements, he's impressive with some shots. The side chest, side tricep, back double bicep, I think is probably better than Martin's. Lat spread could be better than Martin's. Front double bicep, he's probably going to beat him in the front double bicep. He's got, right? And then, so it's like, maybe we're just overlooking Nick in the sense that Martin's in the show and everyone loves Martin's physique and he's this and that. Martin won the Prague, right? Got fourth at the Olympia. Nick's already gotten third at the Olympia. Nick's got 2 New York Pro champions under his belt. He's got an Arnold Classic champ under his belt. So let's not overlook Nick. I think he's gonna. I don't. My prediction may have him in second. I'm not going to do it that much closer to the show. But again, Martin looks really good too. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm not counting Nick out just yet. Nick's not going to win the show, I don't think. So that means he's going to have to go to New York Pro. Yep. And we're going to get into Regan Grimes here in a second. Talking about being behind.
3 New York Pros wins.
3, yeah. So that's Mr. Nick Walker, and then we have Martin. He hasn't been posting much. I haven't really been checking his Instagram, but what's Martin up to here? Is he posting some stuff here? Not really. What is this? Oh, what's this? This is old. Is this new? What?
No, that's not new.
Bro, he's trolling.
Yeah, that's not new. I could tell you right now. We just saw him at Boston, Detroit. That's not the physique we saw at Detroit, size-wise.
Because he's got 10.
He's trolling. He's trolling.
And he was pasty white at Detroit. He didn't suddenly get an awesome tan.
But look at
no, this was probably right before.
Look at the comments.
Last Olympia.
Look at the comments. Incredible.
He's not claiming it's a new footage.
No, he's not. But there's.
Yeah, that's
3 days ago. Interesting.
That's right before a show. That's not now.
I'd be concerned. Looks good. He's shredded there, but
yeah, no, there's a big size. Yeah, that's not it. It's not up to date.
Yeah, you could see he had tan and he had a coat of tan on his body and not his face. So that was right before something. Probably before last Olympia.
Yeah, like even looking at this, I mean, it's sold.
Yeah, no, he's trolling. He's trolling. Yeah. So I mean, there's not much to see from Martin. And then we talked about Krizo already, and then Bonac, we know how he looks. Let's go into Regan Grimes before we go to FIBO. I gotta ask your opinion on Regan Grimes, you guys, because I don't know. Now this is 5 weeks out. No, not 5. 6 weeks out, right? It would be 6 weeks for the New York Pro.
Yeah.
6, 7 or so. Yeah. 6, a little over 6 weeks out from the New York Pro. And this is his current shape.
Same guy in the top comment, Cody Amy. For Nick Walker.
Cody Amy.
He's going everywhere.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, so, I mean, 6 weeks out, I would be very concerned if this was my client. Still eating 5,200 calories. Never been able to eat this much while getting in shape. He's with Boss of Outlaw.
Oh, okay.
Right. So he's got a good, he's with Boss. He's no longer with Milos. So we're going to see what Boss does with him. I've heard some things about Boss in his coaching. With someone I spoke to last, that he doesn't have time to get back and respond sometimes.
I mean,
and
how
that's
can you? That's
because
like freaking
he
50 freaking top pros.
Really makes sense.
and I asked this guy, I asked this pro, this is I don't want to say what class he's in, but I'll just say this is a pro bodybuilder, and he was like, yeah, man, like if the communication is tough with him, and I was like, I always wonder that, because we always have, even on the live show, we talk about like, how does he even handle all these athletes? And now you're starting to see some of his athletes not do as well. There's some, slip ups here and there. So although Bodak's still killing it, but he's been struggling with some of the athletes. So yeah, I don't know. I think Boss of Outlaw may have caught off more than he can chew. And just by taking all these athletes on because he's the big coach, let's take everyone and take these big names on, look super good. But it's quality versus quantity. And I think he's going for quantity, and now he's kind of,
Well, the best clients, I believe, when a coach has a lot of, big name athletes, or just a lot of coaches in general. Bonak is old school, so Bonak don't need that constant attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They already know the game plan for Bonak. I don't think Bonak got to reach out to him for every single thing. I think Bonak sticks to his, his scheduling for his check-in and stuff like that. I'm the same way too. Like, I don't need to constantly text Blue or bother Blue, or I'm one of Blue's, if not also Beef Stew, and I'm pretty sure plenty others. That's so easy to work with. We don't really strive or demand a lot of his attention. Now, certain bodybuilders do, needs that attention or frequently asked questions, and that's when now the coach, because he has these top tier guys, between responding to them he's a little bit more delayed. But all he should do with that problem is just shoot a quick text and, hey, listen, I get back to you either tomorrow or something. They just want you to respond and say something other than waiting for 2-3 days and then responding. I think that's unprofessional regardless of how many clients you have. But I think that's really the case. I don't think it's necessarily he's, because I got to speak highly of him because he's a very intelligent guy. But I think it comes down to, listen, you have these top athletes. They're going to eat up the majority of his time throughout the day, which honestly makes sense. That's why you just can't take on more than you physically or mentally can handle.
That was a week ago. Legs looks
buttery
soft.
That was a week ago. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, probably he needs not to be eating so much calories. He's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
5,200 calories. Maybe you should cut that back to like 4,700 or something.
Yeah.
His chest looks better than it did before.
Yeah, he's got some more thickness there. So I mean,
he had no upper chest before. I see a good.
Yeah, but here's the question: how's that going to look when his body fat comes down and he has to get to that depleted state? Right now, he's full as a house, so everything is looking. Look at his shoulders; everything's popping. But with Regan is when he dives down the last 2 weeks. The last week is where he loses it. He holds it on to it pretty well, but when he steps on that stage, we don't see that same fullness and pop that we see 3 weeks, 2 weeks out from the show. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think is? How long has Regan been competing as a pro now? Like,
that'd be quite some time. 5-6 years.
He hasn't done that many shows though. He like to see he'll go away for a year or two.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say he started competing around 2017 because I remember that it was either 17 or 18. I think it was 17 the year he did Classic.
Oh yeah, he was with Dorian, I think, back then.
Yeah,
Dorian Hamilton.
Right.
For a few years.
Yeah, because he won the New York Pro. Was that Cito was coaching him then, or Dorian? Because I think it was
Dorian was coaching him for quite some time, and then he left. When he left, Dorian decided he was going to go to Kuwait. Then some things happened between being in Kuwait and coming back. But yeah, Dorian Hampton was with him for a good while.
Yeah, I remember him dropping. In 2 days to make classic weight. But, condition.
Yeah, I just feel like he's missing something. He's missing some kind of muscularity or something. He's missing. Like he should be more further along with his physique. Is what I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't look. He still has like a baby muscle or something. It looks like he's super. Like I know he's young, but Nick Walker's young and he looks way more mature than Regan Grimes.
He can't be that young. How old is he?
He's got a, yeah, he's probably in his 30s. I think he's 30. I think Ron can.
I'll find out.
What is
Yeah, I want to say he's
Okay.
probably about 33 or 34 by now.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Yeah, so that's even more of it, like, because Nick Walker's 31.
Oh no, he's only
Derek
31.
Lunsford's 30.
He's only 31. He's still a kid.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
Compare
he
him
has
to Nick
that new
Walker is
baby.
completely.
He has that new baby, so we, I mean, that takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish him well, a Canadian bodybuilder. So I competed with him on the same stage back in the national days, and great guy. He's come along. He's come a long ways, but and he's got so much potential. He's got one of the best aesthetically pleasing physiques out there. Just needs to come into his own and find the formula. And he's won pro shows before, so he's on the Olympia stage already. So he's on the right track. Just needs to pull it together, and so he can move up on the Olympia stage in his placings. But I'm sure he'll do well. I don't think he's going to win the New York Pro based on the way he's looking right now. And I'm assuming Nick Walker is probably going to be at the New York Pro.
Yep.
Because he's not going to win the Pittsburgh Pro. So we're going to see Nick Walker there. And who knows who else. So we'll see. FIBO. Let's jump into FIBO. Let's go to the bodybuilders. No borders. They posted it. So, shocking news that Andrew Jack is jumping into the FIBO Pro, which is not going to be on live stream. I made a bit of a rant there, and Brian Powers jumped in there. He's like, "Yeah, agree with you. I don't know why they don't do it. They can afford it. The millions of dollars that Expo brings in revenue, millions, they can't afford a $20,000 live stream setup."
Well, I mean, look, ESN is a huge sponsor. They're the ones that paid for the Arnold web stream, the Arnold USA.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. We're not going to see Andrew live. We're not going to see Sergio live, Sassan, these other guys. So
I was hoping Sergio could win. Now I'm not so sure, obviously.
Yeah, I think he was on Dennis's channel. I think he said he got injured several weeks ago.
Sergio did?
Yeah. He said, because they said, are you planning on doing another show after this one? And he said, right now he's just worried about stepping on stage. He just hasn't been on stage in such a long time. And I was rooting for him too. I mean, I knew, I was hoping he could go in there and pull it out. But man, Andrew Jack just did a boss move, bro. That's a boss move right there.
You think you're gonna win this?
I mean, it's smooth though. It's smooth. Don't say nothing.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of that. Don't put nothing on. Just be on the list, and everybody's like, "Holy crap!" You know what I mean? But Sergio's a great guy. Yeah. I still think Sergio's going to give him a good battle. Yeah. I don't believe he'll beat him, but I think Sergio will give him a good battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think we're on Sergio versus Andrew Jacked?
I love Sergio. He's a cool guy. I've been rooting for him for years. And when I saw Andrews and I saw that Instagram post, I was like, damn it. Because I just don't see him beating Andrew Jack, unless Andrew gets food poisoning or something horrific happens to Andrew right before the show.
Yeah.
It's at a higher level right now than Sergio, obviously.
Yeah,
we'll have to do another show if he wants to get the Olympia.
Yeah. It's not easy. These shows they're stacked, which is awesome. It means the quality's stepping up. And it's not easy to qualify for the Olympia anymore. So Sergio is going to have his work cut out for him. But we can't leave out Sassan. But just quickly talk about Sergio's physique. Does he look ready? Yeah, he's ready. He's not showing a lot of back poses. I always get concerned when they just will not show about. You're going to show all these poses in the front double bicep. Why not show what really matters is the back double bicep and the rear lat spread? And it's not showing it. That means he may be sharp from the front, but maybe he's not sharp from the back. And so that's why Sassan.
I don't know if it's necessarily a condition thing. I think it's because his back shots aren't as impressive as his front shots.
I agree with that.
He's showing his best.
He's got his glutes shredded before, so yes, correct. Yeah, maybe, but we'll see. Even when he did show the back double bicep pose shot a couple weeks ago, it was thick skin back there still. So I don't know. We'll see He is in shape actually, and from the back. But I could have Sassan potentially ahead of Sergio because he is complete. He's shredded, the front, the back, everything's there. He's very compact. Could you see him ahead of Sergio? Any of you?
Yeah, good. He's a proven entity. Sergio, we haven't seen since
that's
June of 2023.
why I'm saying that.
The last time we've seen Sergio.
Very complete physique, the tan, the polish, the posing. All those little things matter. And he went to Detroit and gave Bonek a run for his money.
Yep.
As you can see there. And too bad Bonek isn't jumping in the FIBO. I think he could. Well, Andrew's doing it now, but he could have went in there and won that too. But I could see Sassan potentially beating Sergio. I just think the back shots Sergio's going to lose to Sassan. Potentially the side chest. I don't know what the most muscular. Is this video? Yeah,
I mean, one thing Sergio does have over him is he's got a much better structure.
That's what. Yes.
Much wider clavicles, narrow waist. Sassan is kind of blocky, not horribly blocky, but it's very compact. He's not very wide. He's got a ton of muscle on him.
I have Sergio. I have Sergio ahead of Sassan.
I'd love to see Sergio get at least
just structurally. I think he has Sergio. Yeah, he'll probably beat Sergio in the back double bicep. Probably. Yeah, a little bit. But the most muscular, the side chest. Sergio's a great poser, man. That's what he's known for, is posing.
Yeah.
So that's going to give him the edge a little bit. Like right there, that side tricep, if he turns a little bit more to make that waist look less so blocky from the front. But that's what's going to hurt him a little bit against Sergio, is that waistline.
Man, Sassan looks pretty good. Because you got to think about it. Like, Bonek doesn't have the best structure. Right? He's kind of like a Sassan in a sense. And
so but him and Bonek's around the same height. I think he's probably a little bit taller than Bonek.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Slightly.
You're looking at Sergio's taller, so it's just the flow and the structure is going to be the big difference. When you have two shorter, compact guys going against each other, of course, the more wider, more thicker, more denser, more compact guy is going to win. But when you have a taller bodybuilder, it's just the structure and the flow. I think it's that symmetry and that flow is going to make a big difference. Yes, he's going to beat Sergio in some shots. Yes, he will, but I think Sergio's going to squeak him out he'll probably beat Sergio in the back double bicep, but Sergio has a killer side tricep, a killer side chest. His most muscular is ridiculous. I need to see his lat spread. He's, like I said, he's not showing that, but I think he may fare off pretty good with that. So I don't know. I think Sergio will pull it off. It'll be a good battle between the two, but I still think Sergio could beat him if he brings in the condition and that fullness. If he doesn't, then of course Sassan has all those things.
He's beating Sergio in the side shots. And then another thing too, Sassan is more tested. He's been competing. He just did a show. He peaked properly. So Sergio, I think Sergio's more of a stressful, emotional. I know he's known as the emotional bodybuilder, and that could get to him. He's going to Germany. He's got to acclimatize. He's got to get grounded over there. He hasn't competed. When was the last time Sergio competed?
June of 23. Cali Pro.
2 years ago.
Yeah, he showed
Cali
up.
Pro.
Yeah, he had just sort of, I think he had that whole situation in Dubai where they had him locked up for a month or so or 9, whatever it was. And he just had enough time to sort of whip himself into respectable shape. Got there at the last minute. It was disastrous. Wasn't the Sergio we're used to seeing. So I think the last time he really competed where he looked like Sergio was 22 Arnold, I think. I want to say 21 or 22. It's been a while.
Because he
does
he do back door? No, he doesn't.
No, you're not going to see any back shots.
There we go.
Oh, there's one. There we go.
Just one week ago.
Oh, okay.
1 week.
Yeah, see, that's not too bad. Going against Sassan, that's not bad.
Yeah. Now that I see this again, yeah, it's not.
That was a
Not
week
bad.
ago. That was a week
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, so that was 2 weeks out from FIBO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks
that,
out.
that back, the condition from the back looked way behind for 2 weeks out. Front, he looks fine. And I would just, unless it's out of focus or something.
Unless he's trolling you too. I mean, I don't know. What we just saw a little bit ago, condition-wise, I don't see that in even the front shots
look
of
at the
this
comment.
of these. So I don't know. He might be trolling us on this pictures here.
Well, no, he tagged Boss of Outlaw. Look at the tag. He tags him here, and then Stanham was like, "Everything's coming together, brother. But landing the plane smoothly." So he's not like, "No, brother, I'm just trolling." I don't know. I think this is him actually 2 weeks out from he's tagged Boss of Outlaw on this. So yeah, I don't know if he would need to troll, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough show. I think Sergio has just enough to edge him out over Sassan. So we're gonna see. But then we're not even talking about James. James Hollingstead is in this show.
Was he on that list?
Now, where does he? Was he not on the list?
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing Pittsburgh too. That's a lot of shows. It's a lot of shows.
Maybe he's not doing. He wasn't.
Was he even on the FIBO list?
Let's go back here. No,
he's not on the list.
I don't think he's doing, because I know he's doing Pittsburgh, so I don't think he's going to fly way out there.
Where did I see them say that he was doing the
well, they haven't, so they can still enter up until tomorrow, I believe.
Okay. Is there anything on James's?
Tomorrow? I thought it was by Monday, no?
What is this?
Tuesday, a week of the show, I think they have too.
Oh, that's right, because he's flying out Friday, Sergio.
Who tried to do it a day late last year, and it was too late? I can't remember. Somebody tried to.
Oh.
See you all. What did it say? What was the show? It said
he's going to FIBO, but I think he's just going there to be with the booth.
Yeah, ESN's his sponsor, so I think he's going there too.
Yeah,
because he's got the dates 10 to 13 April, so he's probably going to be working their booth.
Yeah, alongside other teammates. Yeah. Okay. All right, so James is out. So it's just Sassan, Andrew Jacked, Sergio, and then the other European bodybuilders.
There you go. That's your top three right there.
Right there, top three.
In no particular order.
No particular order. Masters Olympia. They came out with some announcements. Bill, you said that you did not see. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Patty said she didn't see Brandon's name on the list.
What is this? Men's bodybuilding? What is this? Who's it? What?
That can't be men. Yeah, Walter Martin's an open bodybuilder. 212.
Where's like everyone else? Jungsun Park.
Where's Brandon Curry? Where's William Bonac?
No, Bonac is not going there.
Well, I mean, these are people that applied, so the other people wouldn't be on the list, I guess.
These are the people that applied and got in.
Yeah,
because they don't have okay, these are because they already showed the original list, Kamal and all that's on there. So these are the extra people that's added to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that know in 212? Toto.
Well, Hide's doing the show.
212. Promoting it,
yeah, but he's doing it too. Figure that one out.
I think he's competing in it.
What?
Yeah,
Derek Farn. There's Derek Farnsworth. I haven't seen that guy in forever. Derek Farnsworth. Lee Powell. Samir Chardu. I can't say his last name.
From United Arab Emirates, maybe?
Yeah. He's in there. Classic physique. Okay.
No idea.
Men's physique. Women's bodybuilding.
Oh.
There's lots of classes. It's good. Figure.
It's a lot of Japanese people.
Women's physique. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. There's going to be lots there taking advantage of it. Yeah. So no Brandon Curry on the list. Kai Green's out. Obviously, he's not for sure not doing it. Who else was doing it though? Was Kamali doing it?
They're not showing the they're not showing the the complete list. But yeah, everybody that the top 5 all are welcome back to the Masters. And of course,
like,
I mean, we got all the other guys. Big Mike, he won the World's Masters.
Max Charles.
Oh,
Is Max Charles coming?
He's on the list. He's out of the top 5. But is he doing it? I don't know.
Yeah.
The picture that I saw when Big Steve did his grand opening, physique wise, he looked a little downsized, but I mean that don't mean anything either. So I don't know. I mean I haven't seen anything by Kamal either. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting because just because everybody's on there don't mean they're all going to show up. So.
Oh, Vinny Galante said he's doing it. Or he said he's doing it.
Yeah, of course he's showing up. He won his show.
Doing it. Yeah, exactly. And then Jimmy Mentis. He's
on there, right? He's on. He's not on that part of the list.
No,
I didn't see it.
Is there another list with the people that
No, because technically,
yeah,
you have to compete. Even Dorian Haywood, which is an open competitor, he had to compete to qualify. That's the logistics of it. Now, some people, granted, they can ask for an invite and they'll get it. But I thought Jimmy was going to compete. I thought he said he was going to compete to get in. But I don't know. This is what I'm saying. This is the final people basically that has been honored for the invite to come in. So I don't know if you're not on this list, they got to compete to win that. I'm assuming they still have time.
Phil, your account has been hacked.
Yeah.
No, that's Patty.
Oh yeah, well she's big on the rules and regulations, and they made it very clear, like if you're not on the final list, at a certain time you can't compete, which we all saw. Antonio Burton had to live up to that. They wouldn't let him in. So I just think it's unfair if Brandon pops up on the list later on. I don't think that's obeying by the rules and regulations. But who am I? I'm just Phil Claydon. Nobody important.
They're not going to say no to Brandon. Come on.
That's it shouldn't. He is, because he's the Olympia and a champ, and
Yeah, and I understand it, but that's still unfair to
true.
Other
true.
pros. You can't water it down. Pros are pros, regardless of all the accolades you have. I mean, if you're doing a show and you said you're doing a show, then it's rightfully you put that paperwork in and be on that list. I don't like when people are being catered to be special. Be on that list just like everybody else worked their butt off to be on that list. And you already said you're going to be there. Just make sure your name is on that list. That's all I'm saying. Regardless, I respect him. I love Brandon, but I don't want to hear, well, he's Mr. Olympia and 2 Arnold, winning. No, you got to be on that list. Point blank, cut and dry. And that's what Patty is stating to me. I was arguing with her. I'm right with you, Matt. I said, he's Brandon. He's going to be on that list just because he's not on there now. And she was like, well, that's not right. And whatever.
But am I wrong? That list that we just saw, that's just reflecting the people that applied.
Right.
People that had to
Oh.
For why they're in it. But someone like Brandon, someone like anyone, and obviously you, Kamal, Max Charles, they wouldn't be on that list anyway.
No, they won't be on that one because we already, like I said, the top 5 is already in, and then the winners that already won last year, they're already on the original list. So this is just the people that's added to the main list.
Yeah. So Brandon wouldn't have been there anyway.
Okay.
It's like you're not on that.
Okay. Because I was wondering how it was confusing, but anyways, Phil, you're in it for the Tampa or Orlando. I keep getting them mixed up.
No, there's no more Orlando. There's no more Orlando.
It says Tampa.
Orlando no longer exists anymore.
Okay.
So it's Tampa.
So that's Tampa, and that is a week before the Masters Olympia. Yeah. And who else did you say was in the show with you? You're telling me earlier. Forget
Quentin Beastwood.
Wow.
He's on my team.
No, what's his name? That guy. What's his face?
What'd you say?
Stew. Beef stew.
Beef stew. Yes, beef stew is going to be in it.
There we go.
And Beef stew is killer, man. But I think Tampa's going to be super, super stacked because there is no Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to look at the people that's fighting to get qualified towards the end, because I think after Tampa, the last one is Texas, right? So, but then again, you know, what you call it, Andrew Jack is not going to be in Texas, so that leaves the door open now for, you know what I mean, for like a Sergio Oliva, not Sergio Oliva, Labrada, because he's still not qualified yet either. So I think Tampa is going to, and Labrada could jump into Tampa. I mean, because either that or Texas, he's from Texas. So knowing that Andrew is going to get his qualification, I don't see Andrew continuing at all in any more shows. But Beefs 2 is no joke.
No.
He is no joke.
Yeah.
I'm glad he cut his hair too.
This is 280.
And that's on nothing. This is in his health phase, what we're seeing right here.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
280, he's probably about 5'7".
Yep.
Yeah. So he's about as big, about as much mass as Nick Walker, really.
If you think about it,
Nick was over 300 a few weeks ago, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 5'7".
Oof.
But you know, this kid is very smart. He doesn't believe in taking tons of nothing. He's very, very smart to stay longevity and be in this game for quite some time. So he's a very clever, very smart young man, and the sky's the limit for his future. And I'm glad he cut his hair. I think that hurt him in a show or two. That's my personal opinion. Because, you know, as professionals, you know, you just always got to look apart. You can have hair, but, you know, it can't be, you know, going crazy and wild. But I'm happy that he did. But who knows? I mean, he might grow it back by Tampa. If I know Beefs too, that could be one of his tricks. So,
yeah. I was just reading that question there, but where's the signature here? Yeah. Did you guys watch the Jumbo Palumbo documentary?
I have
no. He has one.
That? You didn't see, yeah. He's been plastering it everywhere. I don't know. When I watched it, I was kind of like, it's not like a documentary in a sense where they have interviews from other people in your life and they talk about you and stuff like that and your history. It was just more like him doing errands throughout the day and going to the store and going to the, walking around doing errands, like picking up stuff at the. He goes and eats at a restaurant, and he's talking to these girls at the restaurant, like flirting because I guess he's divorced now, and so he talks about that. Yeah, it was a. I was like, he could have went way more in on this as for a documentary, because he has such a unique life and so many stories, and he could have had people and guests on and stuff and interviewed them, but it was just him like working with his snake business, and a little bit about, you know, the behind the scenes of his, you know, running RX Muscle and a little bit of that, and then how Palumboism started. I can't really say that, you know, with the gut and everything like that, and that was it. It was just him at home doing errands, talking about this. I was like, man,
it's not like a history of his career or anything like that.
No, a little bit of a tiny little bit of that. Him being huge, being on drugs and GH, and how he started was one of the first to kind of start doing GH and insulin and stuff, combining those two things. But it was like, man, Dave, you could have done a lot more with the documentary, because his life is so many stories in there. But I didn't know if you guys watched it or not, but I was just kind of like, why?
No.
I was going to, but now that you told me all that, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's you know, it was filmed good. It was the quality was good, and the music, they did custom music for it and stuff. It's pretty cool, but just didn't understand why that was made.
Yeah, interesting. I would watch it if it was more like a retrospective of at least half of it was this, because he did compete for many years, and you know, he was that massive 300-pound guy. I would have watched that.
It wasn't a documentary at all. That's what Homeboy just said.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
It was interesting. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm right. He could have done. Ron's right. You could have done a lot more with that there.
Did he do it himself, or did Generation Iron do it for him?
No, it was just him.
Generation Iron did it. I think it would have been a documentary. I think it would have been detail.
They do a really good job. They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So.
Fair enough.
All right.
Save me
that is. Yeah, it was an hour too. What happened there? Let me go back here. Okay, well, so wrap it up. I know, Phil, how are you feeling too? You know, you're a little bit under the weather, so thank you for making.
Yeah, I had my I had my we were babysitting the 11-month-old grandson, the baby,
Boy.
and he had a little sniffles. We had him last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Too long. Too long, because our house isn't baby proof, so I'm the one stuck following him everywhere and standing next to him. And he had a little cough. He'll cough 3 times and sneeze. And I had to put him to bed, so he had to lay on my chest and put it. So I was more frequently around him and active. So I caught a little cold. It got pretty, not too bad, but I lost my voice. So like even Sunday when you reached out to me, I basically still didn't have any voice. It just mysteriously got better this morning. So I guess it wanted me to be here on your show.
You're going to be on the show. I'm going to make sure. Appreciate it. And
I just want to say shout out my daughter's birthday is today. She's 31 years old, Marisa.
Happy birthday. I met her.
birthday.
I met her at the 2023 Olympia. Yeah, you brought her there.
Yeah.
She's a DJ, correct?
Correct. Groove baby.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Down in Miami.
Are you in the stock market? Take advantage of these prices?
No.
These Trump tariffs?
Really an economic plan.
Hey man, the stock market is down worse than it was in COVID 2020. Prices, they're all the way back down to there. So
Perfect time to
if
buy,
you guys are,
right?
it's time to buy. I've been buying. So it's once in a lifetime opportunity. Because I remember when Bitcoin was in 2020 during COVID, it was $3,500 a Bitcoin. Okay, that's 5 years ago. Now it's what, 79, 80,000 a coin. So
Wow.
5 years, you bought 2 or 3 of those things, you're good. So this is where it's at again. You can get in again. And so I'm not saying, disclaimer, I'm not advising you guys to invest, but don't come at me after that. But man, the stock market is, keep doing it. Keep the trade war going. Keep the Trump tariff trade. I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys go. I'm in Canada, so I'm going to deal with all that stuff. But it's bad. It's bad. Like a lot of Canadians are not even want to travel to the U.S. anymore. Canceling their flights. Yeah. It's I don't know. It is what it is. I don't want to get too much into politics here, but I thought I'd see if you guys were jumping into that market because it's
no, I'm not jumping into anything.
All right, guys, I'll let you guys go.
Clear away from all this nonsense.
Well, hey, it's you can make quick money, but I'm not gonna. Don't take my advice. Don't take my advice.
Said don't take my advice.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity if you do get into it. Buy the Dow Jones, buy the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, Amazon, Meta. You're gonna make some quick money off that.
Costco.
It's my little Costco, Home Depot.
There you go. Can't go wrong.
All right, guys. So I guess we'll be going into the weekend here. We will not be able to watch the FIBO because there's no live stream, which is crazy. It's just like another weekend. It's like there's no show happening. Because
watch your Instagram feed. There'll be plenty of people streaming.
Oh yeah. We'll see activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Gilco's there or someone's there with the 4K.
Milos will be there. Milos will be there.
Yeah, Milos will be there. So someone can bootleg live stream it from their phone or something. There'll be some of that for sure.
Cormier will be
all right, guys.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next
week. All right, guys.
Man.
We'll catch you on the next one. Okay. Appreciate you.
All right. Take it easy.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Peace.